Hobnob Mississippi is just a wonderful chance for business and community leaders from all across the state to gather here in Jackson to really kind of get an update on what's ahead in the upcoming legislative session, what's going on in the political environment. As you'll see from the agenda, we have all of our statewide elected officials are speaking today, and we're excited about that. It's just a way to get together, hear from these leaders, and really have an opportunity to kind of know what's going on in the state.
My job now is to introduce our current chair of the board, who is Alvino Castilla. Alvino has long been active in the MEC. He is a corporate tax attorney and a partner at the firm of Butler Snow. He has labored in the vineyards with MEC, helping us on tax legislation for many, many years as a volunteer. In this past year, when the Department of Revenue was swinging out of control, he helped us find the boundaries again to make sure that our corporate taxes and our entire tax policy was fair and that we did not get a black eye, which we were getting. Corporate tax council organizations around the nation were looking at Mississippi the same way that corporate legal councils were looking at us prior to tort reform. Thanks to Alvino's help and help of many others in this room, we were able to find a sensible way. He's very active. He's been in the leadership roles in the Capital Area Bar Association, the Arts Alliance of Jackson and Hinds County, the Mississippi Symphony, Millsaps College, Jackson State University Development Foundation and E-Center Foundation, the Community Foundation of Greater Jackson, Mississippi Baptist Health Systems, and the Mississippi Center for Education Innovation. He has both undergraduate and graduate degrees from Millsaps, and he went on then to the University of Virginia School of Law. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the chair of the Mississippi Economic Council, Alvino Castilla.
My job is to give an official welcome on behalf of MEC. So thank you for being here. It's a great day, a great dry day at MEC Hobnob. I want to follow up with on the comments that Blake made and thank Blake and the entire MEC staff for, on pretty short notice, handling the logistics of getting us relocated here to the Coliseum. So thank you. Now this event, more than any other single event that we do, shows what MEC really is, and that is a collection of business leaders and organization members representing so many different disciplines and backgrounds, pulling together for a common blueprint for Mississippi's future. Now, as a reminder, we are working at MEC on 4 foundational pillars of progress that undergird our blueprint efforts. And those are, first, economic competitiveness; second, education and workforce; third, resources and infrastructure; and fourth, technology advancement. This annual event serves as an opportunity for networking and for helping our state leaders see the value of coming together under a big tent, or in this case, this year, in a big hall. Together, we can make a difference. And MEC, by drawing on all the human resources in this Coliseum, can be a catalyst for marshaling our collective strength to make a meaningful difference. So thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your great commitment. And thank you for coming out today to put Mississippi's secret weapon to work. That is our ability to use our interpersonal relationships and connections to get things done. Things that will move our state forward in a positive and meaningful way for the benefit of all our citizens. And also, I'd like to say thank you to all of our state leaders for coming out today and sharing their thoughts with us. We have some great opportunities ahead, and their leadership shines through in our efforts to achieve those goals. The best qualities of our people in Mississippi show through when we assemble in settings like this. And MEC is proud to be an engine for bringing together all the different business perspectives that are here today, bringing them together once again. So good food is on the way, good fun and good fellowship is already underway. And what a great MEC Hobnob once again. Thank you for being here to help make it happen. Have a great time, and I look forward to continue to visit with you.
Okay, I have here a bio for Governor Phil Bryant. Come on, we don't need a bio for Governor Bryant, do we? This is a partner that we work with every single day in helping put Mississippi in a place of greater opportunity. When he first was elected governor, he came to MEC and said, can you help us with a study on helping Mississippi become more competitive for economic growth in the healthcare industry? We responded and are now, after he created the Mississippi Healthcare Solutions Institute, helping make that a reality. He has helped focus on economic competitiveness, working with Brent Christensen of the MDA in asking for a study that will help put Mississippi in a more competitive position. It's opposition research, folks, on what our other state competitors do, and we're going to be working on a plan with him and others to make sure that we're doing all the right things to put even a more competitive edge on Mississippi. Folks, he is a guy who gets it. He is a guy who wants to move Mississippi forward. He is a guy who grew up the son of a diesel mechanic. He went to the University of Southern Mississippi, got a master's from Mississippi College. He's passionate about education, he's passionate about economic progress, and he's passionate about the state of Mississippi. As you know, he and his wife, Deborah, have 2 children, 1 grandchild. He's about as rooted in this Mississippi as you can get. Please join me in welcoming our governor and longtime partner, Governor Phil Bryant.
Oh, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Great. Mississippi's on a roll, aren't we? Let me tell you, I've been so excited. I've been going around the state, and Blake and I have been doing some healthcare huddles, talking about healthcare and the growth. And what about Blake Wilson? How's he doing? What a tremendous leader. I don't know if we can make it without Blake Wilson. We do some healthcare huddles around the state, and it's not been an easy year for Blake. Y'all know that, and Ann and Blake have had some challenges, but I can tell you this man loves this state. He's out there every day. He's got a wonderful staff he's working. We're very proud of him. Mr. Wilson, thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, I brought some flashcards with me today because I want to show you some of these things because they're going to excite you. They're going to make you feel good. Not all of them about football, but, you know, everything relates back to that, doesn't it? So I'm going to tell you, let's get started. Let's look how Mississippi's doing here, the comeback state. MSNBC, MSNBC. Now, I will just tell you, I don't always watch MSNBC, but I like them now. You know this must be true. Mississippi is the comeback state name for 2014. And that's just the beginning, folks. The Lieutenant Governor mentioned this earlier. I'm so glad he did. We like to be in the top 10, don't we? Well, we like to be in the top 4. How about that? So, I used to say Mississippi's now in the top 10 for economic development, state of Mississippi. Top 10 Area Development Magazine. I got a silver shovel just the other day. We're pretty audacious about that. I'm going to hang it in the hallway along with the other one I got. We took photographs. You'll see it on my website. I used to say, you know, if we had a football team that was in the top 10 in the nation, we'd all have their T-shirts on. It only took me a month to have changed that portion of the speech. We're in the top 10 for economic development. So every time you hear this, oh, Mississippi's at the bottom of all the good lists and the top of all the bad ones, you say, oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're in the top 10. We're the comeback state. Let's look at cost of living. I'm just going to throw that in there. Cost of living. How's cost of living in Mississippi? Is it cheaper to live here in New York, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, California? Well, I think if we look at CNBC again, I'm really liking these folks now. Me and Rachel Maddow might get to be friends over this. If we keep this up. Number 6 for the low cost of living. Low cost of living. So yeah, if you come to buy a house in Mississippi and you get transferred from, oh, let's say Mars Company that makes Uncle Ben's rice, they're moving, you know, their global research center from California to Greenville, Mississippi. We made that announcement last week. And so some of their employees are moving from California here, and I said, you know, guys, the cost of living, you just got to raise. As a matter of fact, for every $100 that you make, you get an increase of 16%. You see, on a nationwide level, $100 worth of income nationwide is worth $116 if you make it here in Mississippi. So I looked at him and said, you just got a raise. Yeah, Apu Moody, the CEO, was sitting there saying, no, wait a minute, I'd approve that. I said, no, it's because the cost of living, you just got a raise. You're welcome. Welcome to Mississippi. So many great things happen as we look. Now, this is the one I really love. Ladies, pay close attention. And speaking of ladies, the working ladies, the first lady is here somewhere. Now, I know we spoke at a dyslexia seminar this morning. She was with me. There she is way over there in that red kind of maroon coat. She has been reading across Mississippi. She came in one morning. She said, I'm going to read in every county, all 82 in the state. And I said, baby, this is a big state. Now, I've traveled, but I want to tell you she's read in every county to third graders throughout this state. She was on the coast reading again just the other day. She achieved her goals, and she's a great working woman and a fantastic first lady. So, all right, women in Mississippi, well, you know, we all know this is a tough place to be a woman. You know, it's just so difficult here in Mississippi, particularly if you're an entrepreneur. One of those of us that are married to women who are entrepreneurs and know them, and we know our moms and sisters, we know better than that. So let's see, Mississippi is ranked, where do you think, for businesses growth of women-owned businesses? Women-owned businesses across the United States are ranked. This is ranked by American Express, Open State of Women. Where do you think we'd be? We're number 5. Number 5 in the nation for women-owned businesses. Come on, guys, let's give these ladies a hand. Our women entrepreneurs do a remarkable job. Now, I tell you what I'm going to do. Those 45 other states where women are having trouble growing their businesses, I'll go help them. I'll take Deborah with me, and we'll go to New York and other places like that, California, Pennsylvania. We'll try to help them figure out how to get their women entrepreneurs, how to unleash their entrepreneur spirits in those other states. Advanced manufacturing. That's things like, battleships, warships. You know, we make the most advanced warships on the planet. Not just Mississippi, not just in the United States, but on the planet in Pascagoula, Mississippi at Ingalls. You go to the other end of the state, go ahead and give Ingalls a hand. I know the clock's ticking, I got to move, but there's so many good things to talk about. You go to the other end of the coast, there's a little thing called NASA down there. Y'all remember that, don't you? We've tested every propulsion system since man walked on the moon. Now we're working with a little company called SpaceX. Y'all may have heard of them. Yeah, they're testing a propulsion system to put man on Mars, right there in Hancock County at Stennis Space Center. We just expanded it again. Brent, I don't know if I over-announced that, but I'll just suggest that we're going to expand that again down there in that testing propulsion system. And I like to tell folks, man may go to Mars one day and safely return to Earth, but he's going to have to pass through Hancock County to get there. Great things are happening. So advanced manufacturing, number 5 in the nation for advanced manufacturing. Automobiles, Nissan, Toyotas, we make 3.3 million automobiles since we started with that. Not bad at all. 120 different aerospace industries in the state of Mississippi. Oh, we're at the bottom of all those terrible lists. How about taxes? Oh, tax-friendly states, where you think we are, go ahead and get a number in your mind. We're number 4. Tax-friendly states in the nation. So when you go to pay your taxes, we're number 4 in the nation, kind of like Ole Miss. Yeah. And so we worked hard with the lieutenant governor and the speaker. We've cut taxes 41 times since I've been in office. I know some people don't like that, but it seems to have been working out pretty well. Yeah, because people love to come here and be a part of this. How about oil and gas development? Let's see, we're going to rank Mississippi. Fraser Institute was said, let's rank Mississippi to see where they're at in all the states and the best of oil and gas investment in the nation. We got Texas and Oklahoma and Alaska and all those other states. Where are we at on the list? Number 2. Number 2 in America. Fraser Institute says we're the 2nd best place in the world to invest in oil and gas. Tuscaloosa Marine Shale play down in southwest Mississippi. You can't go to Liberty, Mississippi right now and probably get in a restaurant. They're all packed. I know a little bit about Amite County and Busy Corner, and they're just churning down there. Absolutely number 2 in the nation. And here's one I love. We're almost over. All right. Let's talk about health care. Love health care. Health care is a driver, economic driver in this state. We're opening hospitals. We're building a new medical school at the University Medical Center. Jimmy Keaton has got that one coming up. You know, we've got a second physician school, the School of Osteopathic Medicine down there at William Carey. They just graduated 91 new physicians. Come on, William Carey. We're bringing up 2 more, the University of Southern Mississippi Nursing and Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College Nursing School. We're building. And what we did, we took Home Corp and said, look, I'll give you an extra 5% if you'll put workforce housing. I mean, not apartments, nice homes with 2-car garages in medical zones. I can stand in my window and see 132 new houses being built today in downtown Jackson. Thank you very much, Mayor. 132 new houses within that medical corridor. We've got a lot. But if you were a physician, you're a doctor, and somebody says, what's the best state in America to practice medicine? Now, you just came out of medical school, the University Medical Center, and they said, look, I want to find out by physician practice, who rates those, what's the best state in America to practice medicine? For the 2nd year in a row, we're number 1. Go Google it. Physicians practice went out and they surveyed physicians, and for the 2nd year in a row, they said Mississippi is the best state in the nation to go and practice medicine. Bottom of the worst list, top of the worst, bottom of the best. Isn't that what they say? Yeah, they keep telling us that. We keep hearing that, reading that, hearing that. Yep. All right, so we covered this. We gave all of you a raise of 16%. If you move to Washington, D.C., you go to $87 per $100 that you make. So you really get a raise if you come home. Now we know what Senator Cochran's been putting up with all these years and how honored we are and what a great job he's done for the state of Mississippi. Let's give him one more hand, and I'm going to let you go, but I got a few more things. It's just so many good things. Look, I cut this down from about 20. I got a whole bunch of other good stuff happening. So, we declared last year was the year of creative economy. We put a website out there called Visit Mississippi. It is now number 1 in the nation for the number of clicks. Number 1 in the nation. More people visit our website for Visit Mississippi than they do New York, Florida, California. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now we're going to go to innovation. Our innovation and technology around the state of Mississippi is remarkable. We are winning time and time again because every time we create a new app like Mississippi Works, and I'm going to pull this out real quick and just show you the Mississippi Works app shows that just now there's 32,702 jobs available in Mississippi. Now I need people to fill those positions. That's why the community college, that's why the SWIL board, that's why we're all working so hard to get the workforce training that we need, because I got 32,000 open jobs. I said in a State of the State address that my first job is to make sure that every Mississippian that wants a job has one. It's tough sometimes, I will tell you. Now, I've also modified that a little bit. Even if they don't want a job, I want them to have one. We've got to put people to work. And that means what we've done with the Mississippi legislature's help in moving forward pre-K programs in the literacy program. Did the Lieutenant Governor mention the $100 million teacher pay raise? I thought that might have come up. All of the things that we have done to make sure charter schools that we're moving forward, 41 different tax cuts on. Last year we totally redesigned the correctional and criminal justice system in the state of Mississippi. The work that goes on here has been remarkable with the help of our delegation. It takes everyone, it takes the MEC, it takes each one of you, but we've got to believe that we can achieve great things and move to the next level. We've got to believe that we can not only be number 1 in football in the nation, we can be number 1 in education, number 1 in health care, number 1 in economic development. With your help, we're going to get there. God bless you, and thank you for being here today. What the message is that we need to rise to a new level. We need to look at economic development, education, other elements within the growth and quality of life in Mississippi to go to that new level. We compete with the SEC. We do so successfully in football. I think we can do so in every element that we work and strive for here in Mississippi.
Well, we spent a lot of time today talking about the successes of the previous 3 years and also talking about the things that we have to continue to build upon. Things like we've cut taxes 41 times in the last 3 years to make Mississippi a more competitive environment. We believe in job creation, bringing better and higher paying jobs to our state. But we also believe that government doesn't create jobs. Government's role is to create an environment which encourages private sector capital investment. And that's things like cutting taxes, having a balanced budget, reforming our educational system, but also investing in our public educational system as well.
You mentioned the third grade gate. What kind of success are you seeing with that?
Well, obviously this year is the first year that it will be fully implemented. We passed it a couple years ago, and we think it's making a difference. We think in the long term it's going to make a huge difference of improving literacy rates, of reducing long-term dropout rates, and getting more kids with high school degrees.
Tell us a little bit about the importance of the business community getting involved in the political system.
Well, look, it's extremely important that the business community is engaged and involved in what's going on in their state capital, because we can't pass good, solid legislation without their involvement, so it's extremely important.
That's focused on education primarily. The fact that this current legislature over the last 3 years has been committed to improving education in Mississippi. We talked about the passage of the charter school bill, which we did, which opens up opportunities for children who don't live in an area where they have a good school system to in fact have that opportunity. I talked about the third grade reading gate, making sure that every child can read by the end of the third grade. We talked about the teacher pay raise, the fact we're devoting more dollars into putting the teachers in the classroom, giving them a reason to stay with us, the best and the brightest to stay in the classroom. And we talked about funding, the fact that this legislature has put $171 million more dollars into education over the last 3 years in tough economic times. That's a 7.5% increase. When many agencies were getting no increase or actually being reduced, we made a commitment to make sure that education continued to receive what it did. And so I don't want anyone to be misled into thinking that this legislature is not committed to education, that we're not concerned about education. There are people out there who are trying to give that impression, and it's simply not accurate. And that was my message today.
Talk a little bit about the importance of business leaders being involved in the political system.
Well, I looked at the MEC website in preparation for my speech. They represent kind of the economic attitude of our state. And on their website, that's their number one priority. They believe that our economic prosperity hinges upon good jobs, and our good jobs hinge on a good educational system. So the economic prosperity of this state is directly dependent upon our educational system. So that's what led me to talk about what I did, because it is the number one focus of this Economic Council, and it is the same focus of our legislature. And I just tried to point out that we are working hand in hand with them to move Mississippi forward in the area of education.
In fact, Mississippi has done great things. And you look at how we implemented voter ID and every other state got sued. You look at our business services site and how we're online for everything. We're the best in the country at a lot of things, and people forget it. So I just want to remind them that we're really good. And the governor did the same thing. You start looking at what we're good at. We're good at a lot of things.
We kicked off our regional roundup, our meetings that we're holding around the state, and we're holding them throughout the state of Mississippi through the next few months and into the spring. This is a little bit different approach for MEC, but I think it's an approach that as y'all go, you will understand it will have a big impact on our future. We will have our tour meeting that we typically have, where we're doing about an hour program where we talk about what's going on in the state. You'll get to hear from state leaders. But after that, there's something special that happens. And we've had two so far, and both have had tremendous results for us. And that's called the Regional Roundtable. It's where business leaders, political leaders within the community get together at a table and talk. Blake facilitates the conversation, and they talk about things that are happening in their region, things that other parts of the state need to know about that's happening in their region. It's really important for each of y'all to be part of this process as we can continue to grow Mississippi's economic competitiveness. If we don't work together as regions and don't work together as a state, we're not ever going to accomplish the things that are out there for us to accomplish. As Blake likes to say, we're never going to put ourselves in the place of greatest opportunity. And I think it's important that we take advantage of those opportunities, and this is one way you, as business leaders, as community leaders, can be part of this process. Go to mec.ms. The schedule is posted for the meetings that are scheduled. There are others that will be scheduled in the next couple of weeks. Please sign up. Please take part. We have many members of the community that are serving as host committee members to help us frame this discussion within these regions to talk about those things that are so important to those areas, whether it be fracking in southwest Mississippi, tourism on the coast, other types of economic development in other parts of the state. This is so important that we think about how we do this as a region and as a state as a whole. So please, take time. Go, if you would. Take a look at the schedule, participate, be there. We are the Mississippi Economic Council, known as MEC, and we are the State Chamber of Commerce. We are a private nonprofit that is funded strictly by our business membership. And what that they do is we are an advocate for business. We look at all things on how we, basically our main goal is growing Mississippi's economic competitiveness. So from that perspective, we look at how we can do that from a legislative advocacy approach, what other things we might be able to do just in general to help promote the economy in Mississippi and really do something to help businesses not only come here as new businesses, but businesses that are here expand and grow and add jobs and add employees. So that's our main goal.
Membership in MEC is important because it is a way to connect with fellow businesses all over the state, a way to stay wired in and connected, if you will, with the trends and key issues that are important to business in Mississippi, and to be able to form a coalition with other like-minded business leaders to be able to move directionally on things that are important to businesses. Now, we think that our blueprint strategy, our blueprint document outlines in very direct way all the key issues that have been identified by businesses, and so membership in MEC is a way to plug into that, if you will.
It takes the private sector. You know, too often we turn to government and think they are going to solve the problems for us. The men and women in this room that are employing people that are working hard every day, this is the solution to the problems that we face.
They are welcome to go to mec.ms. That's our website. We got information there. We also have a lot of information on that site about businesses and things that are happening in the state of Mississippi, a lot of good news out there. Or they can call us at 601-961-0022, and we'll be glad to give them more information about what MEC is about, how to become a member of MEC and be enjoying the 10,000 other people that are members from our 1,100 member companies throughout the state.